Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Simple Political Podcast, the podcast where we talk politics and the world today. I'm your host, Carsten Floyd, and with me, as always, is my editor and radio jockey, Phil Dunbar. How you doing today, Phil?
Quite well, actually. Nice weather and yeah.
Great to hear, man. So let's waste no more time and jump straight into the good stuff. For today's episode, we have another political debate coming for you. An ideological battle unlike anything you've ever seen on this show before. So, we brought two guys, each from very different political backgrounds, but ironically from the same country, to engage in a debate. And if you saw the name of this episode, you know that it's about communism versus Nazism. Two very extreme political ideologies clashing here live on the political podcast. In our last episode, we had the Hoppian Gustav Deakins and the left-wing anarchist Eric Weir debating about Antifa and the NAP. Please go and listen to that episode if you already haven't. But let's waste no more time on that and jump straight into the debate material. So, arguing in favor of Nazism is Torbjorn Svensson. How are you doing today, Torbjorn? And why won't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Thanks for having me. And I'm from Sweden. I am the leader of the Swedish National Socialist Democratic Party. I'm a writer for the online alternative blog The White Page or Vita Sidan. I also had a YouTube channel called Torbjörn Views Life before it got taken down for hate speech, and I have a bachelor's degree in rhetoric and journalism. Thank you.
Thanks for coming on to the show, Torbjorn. And representing the communist side, we have Mikael Ewerlov. How are you doing today, Mikael, and why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
I am fine, thanks for having me. So yes, I am a communist and a member of the Swedish party and underground resistance movement, the Marxist-Leninist Vanguard. I too am a writer and I write for the paper Kommunistbladet, and I have a master's in sociology and a bachelor's degree in economics. Thank you.
Great to hear, man. I'm so glad you guys could make it on here. I'm sure this will be a lot of fun. And if you're watching this on YouTube, Michael will have the color red as an icon and Torbjörn will have the color blue as an icon, so you can distinguish between the two.
Sorry to interrupt, but can I please have the color white instead?
Sure. Phil, could you fix that?
Yeah, I guess.
Yes. Alright. So today's debating topics consists of your economic philosophies and the different policies that you guys propose. And then we'll move to immigration and then we'll end with viewer questions. So let's talk about how your economic policies would look like if your party of choice came to power. So, Mikael, you can begin.
Thank you, cousin. So yeah, keep in mind I have a master's degree in economics, so I know what I'm talking about. What my party and I is proposing is that we should socialize the economy, so that the economy would work in the interests of everyone, and not just the upper class. The vanguard would then seize the means of production and implement a planned economy. This is basically the fundamental thing that we would do.
Nice. So, Torbjorn, how would you organize the economy?
So yeah, I'm a national socialist, as you know. That means I'm not a socialist per se. I don't want to abolish capitalism, but I want to regulate it in a way so it works in the interests of my people. The capitalists that owns the means of production have proven to be a lot more skilled than the workers and therefore of higher race. So I see no purpose in taking away all of their wealth. However, we will control the economy so it will work in the interests of the people. Not by a proletarian revolution, but by working together with the capitalist class, you see. I want freedom for my people. Thank you.
There we go. Now you guys are free to start the debate.
Thank you. So, where do I start? Your entire economic and political philosophy is nonsense. First things first, how do you determine prices if you have abolished the market forces?
The fact that places like the Soviet Union flourished during its time disproves your argument completely. By your description, it looks as if though you're discrediting the facts that the Communist Party of the Soviet Union turned Russia from a peasant farm country to an industrialized superpower that united the people and even was responsible for the Sputnik 1, the first artificial Earth satellite.
But the people starved! And the only reason the Soviet Union grew to the size it did is because Stalin and company forced the people to work.
Whoa. Stop right there. Why are you trying to sell me such nonsensical Western propaganda? The only reason they're trying to sell us these lies is because they're afraid. Yes, some workers might have been forced to work or died from starvation, but the means justifies the ends. They were building a socialist utopia back then, which crumbled due to the Western countries' damaging interference. And the world knows that the time has come again. The bourgeoisie knows that the working class have had enough. We in the vanguard will lead the revolution and seize the means of production. A new USSR will rise.
You want to reunite the Soviet Union?
No, in fact, I'm talking about building a union of Scandinavian socialist republics.
And what will happen to people like me or the capitalists during this revolution?
It's simple. Your head will roll down the street. You see? This is what happens when communist scums come to power. They won't just silence our right to free speech. They won't just let us starve. No, they will slaughter us. Calling me a slaughterer? I'm just targeting the enemy. Don't forget that the Nazis systematically murdered millions of innocent people. Don't try to shy away from the fact that your ideology is pure and plain evil.
Wait! So we're calling the Jews innocent people now?
Guys, it's starting to spiral. Keep it to the topic, please.
Oh yeah, sorry. So, a planned economy would basically produce the goods and services based on human need and not based on profit motives of a few capital owners. But has this ever worked?
I can give you numerous examples of a socialist economy that has worked.
No, you can't. What I'm suggesting is that we work together with the upper class. They give us parts of their wealth in exchange for higher positions within our hierarchical society. This way, we can take better care of our people and our economy due to sustainable economic growth and prosperity.
What you are suggesting here is class warfare. This will lead to inhumane conditions for the workers. Again, your capitalists are only after profit. And here is a list of working socialist countries. Number 1... Wait, what? The audio cut. Wait, why did you mute them, Phil?
I don't know if this is such a great idea, Carson.
What are you talking about? They only discuss politics.
We've basically given two extreme and very dangerous political minds a platform to express their ideas on. Don't you see the problem?
There we go. Phil's muted and we're back. Sorry guys, you were muted and...
I already told you!
Hello!
The Jews are the problems of today's society, not capitalism!
You're just scapegoating and turning away from the real issues! That's your entire ideology!
And that comes from a guy who likes Stalin!
Okay, he did some bad things, but he had some good ideas. Okay guys, let's just move on to the next topic. That of immigration. Torbjorn, do you want to start? You seem pretty passionate about the topic.
Yes, I'd love to. So, immigration is actually the worst thing that can happen to a country. I'm strongly against immigration, and I think we should start a mass deportation of every ethnic minority in my country. And when I say immigration is the worst thing that can happen to a country, I'm not only talking about the economic loss, but the much more significant one, the cultural loss. When people immigrate to Sweden, for example, and I speak of experience since I live in this place, the immigrants won't adapt themselves to our way of living. They will only destroy everything in their path. You see, since I live in these inhumane conditions, I have seen things. I know what's going on. When I go out to my beautiful country, everything I see is ethnic minorities and Jews. The second a woman steps out of her house, she gets raped by an immigrant.
The second a young white child gets in contact with immigrants, they will try to sell him drugs! Okay, thank you, Torbjorn. We have to move on now. Mikael, can you please tell us about your position on the subject? So the immigration crisis in Sweden and all of Europe is something that stems from American imperialism. They wage war down there, causing the people there to form extremist terror groups to take revenge. And they won't just attack us, the Western countries, but the opposition from their own countries, which mean they target their own people. This is like what happened in Nazi Germany. The people found themselves in deep trouble after the downfall of World War I, and then the extreme right-wing party called the National Socialist German Workers' Party came to power with promises of retaliation on the ones that had beaten them during the First World War. So, I say to solve this and save millions of lives, we must shift our focus to the US and wage war against their tyrannical foreign policies. But what do you think of immigrants? Would you let them into your country? I guess. So you want to see Swedish people raped and murdered? You disgusting communist swine! Stop with the bloody straw man. Your rhetorical strategies won't help you here. And every word that came out of your mouth when you tried to describe the climate of Sweden was hyperbolic and downright false. Yes, there is a problem with sexual assault crimes in Sweden that you can't connect with immigration, but the philosophical problem that comes with your policies, judge a group of people based on the faults of individuals? That's absurd! Would you let capitalists come into your country, Mikael? Oh yes, I would. I'd let them in, and then take the wealth that they have stolen from us, and then redistribute it amongst the members of society. That's the only way for you commies to achieve economic growth, right? We've gone over this! Sputnik, goddammit! Guys, this has derailed again. Keep it to the topic, please.
Yeah, sorry. So this imperialism that Michael is talking about is in fact a communist lie.
How dare you call us liars!
Communist countries lie all the time. You see, death statistics, Chernobyl for Christ's sake.
Lies!
You have no idea what you're talking about.
I have no idea what I'm talking about? Then get a load of this! Since you're a race realist, how come you haven't figured out that I'm a Jew?
What did you just say?
Exactly! That's because you can't! It's all pseudoscience! It's bullshit!
Did you guys let a Jew onto the show?
Yes, you see, we are not Nazis here. You shut up. No, wait. Come here, Torbjorn! Yeah, come here, you fascist pig! What are you doing? Goddamn! Guys, you can't do that! You gotta keep a social distance! Damn! Phil, take care of the podcast!
Let's just move on to our sponsor. Raid Shadow Legends. If you like to play games on your mobile phone, and you can download it and play a little. How's it going, guys? Okay. Yeah. I saw a really good movie the other day. I saw Alejandro Jodorowsky's The Dance of Reality. It was very interesting and quite fun.
And we're back. I'm sorry, guys, it went that way. What were you talking about, Phil?
Nothing.
Sounds great, Phil. So what just happened is that Torbjorn got really pissed when he realized that Mikael was a Jew, so he literally just charged at him, and Mikael was just like, "You fascist scum! If I had a sickle, I'd slit your throat with it!" And they both started fighting, and security has dealt with it now, and we've called the police, and they're about to sort this out now.
Can we end the show now?
Yeah, Phil, we can end the show now. We'll just take viewer questions another time.
Thanks.